last September 19, the Department of Health, or DOH, confirmed the reemergence of polio in the Philippines and declared a national polio outbreak. This follows a confirmed vaccine-derived poliovirus type 2 case in a 3-year-old child in Lanao del Sur in Mindanao. Subsequently, another case of polio was reported on September 20, and this time a 5-year-old boy from Laguna, thus bringing the total number of people afflicted with the disease to 2. The reemergence of the disease comes almost 20 years since the Philippines was declared polio-free in 2000. The last known case of wild poliovirus recorded in the Philippines was in 1993. What is polio? Polio, also known as poliomyelitis, is a highly contagious disease caused by a virus that attacks the nervous system. Children that are below 5 years old are the ones prone to this virus. There are 3 wild types of polioviruses: type 1, type 2, and type 3. People need to be protected against all 3 types of the virus in order to prevent polio disease, and the polio vaccine is the best protection. There are 2 vaccines used to protect against polio disease: oral polio vaccine and inactivated poliovirus vaccine. Oral polio vaccine. The oral polio vaccine, or OPV, is used in many countries to protect against polio disease and has been essential to the eradication effort. People who receive OPV may shed the virus and can infect others, especially those who are not vaccinated. In areas with low vaccination rates, the OPV virus can continue to infect new individuals. In rare cases, the OPV virus can accumulate changes over time and become like wild polioviruses. These new viruses are called vaccine-derived polioviruses and can cause polio disease. After wild poliovirus type 2 was declared eradicated in 2015, the world switched from trivalent to bivalent OPV. Trivalent OPV contains all 3 types of polioviruses, while bivalent OPV only contains poliovirus type 1 and type 3. This switch means that OPV no longer protects against WPV2. Inactivated poliovirus vaccine. Inactivated poliovirus vaccine, or IPV, protects people against all 3 types of poliovirus. IPV does not contain live virus, so people who receive this vaccine do not shed the virus and cannot infect others, and the vaccine cannot cause disease. Countries that use BOPV have added a single dose of IPV to protect against WPV2. What are the symptoms of poliovirus? Non-paralytic polio. Signs and symptoms of non-paralytic polio can last from 1 to 10 days. These signs and symptoms can be flu-like and can include the following: fever, sore throat, headache, vomiting, fatigue, and meningitis. Non-paralytic polio is also known as abortive polio. Paralytic polio. About 1% of polio cases can develop into paralytic polio. Paralytic polio leads to paralysis in the spinal cord, in the brainstem, or both. Initial symptoms are similar to non-paralytic polio, but after a week, more severe symptoms will appear. These symptoms include the following: loss of reflexes, severe spasm and muscle pain, loose and floppy limbs, sometimes on one side of the body, sudden paralysis, temporary or permanent, deformed limbs, especially the hips, ankles, and feet. It is rare for full paralysis to develop. Less than 1% of all polio cases will result in permanent paralysis. In 5 to 10% of the polio paralysis cases, the virus will attack the muscles that help you breathe and cause death. UNICEF and World Health Organization are supporting DOH with convening the health clusters for coordination with partner organizations in response to the outbreak. This is expected to happen during the week of 23 in 2019. Prevention is better than cure. This is what we always say. Since the DOH has given advisories to the general public, we should all be vigilant and cooperative to the upcoming programs that the government shall be providing in order for us to prevent or nevertheless minimize a possible virus outbreak.